Good morning on this Sunday. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus as we look outside. In downtown Atlanta, it is a little taste of fall out there. If you were joining us from Metro Atlanta or North Georgia, hope you have been able to step outside and enjoy it. What a treat this is. Hope your day's off to a great start. Good morning to you. I am Megan Packer here to update you on the day's top stories, and we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazi here in just a minute to talk about these fall-like temperatures and what you can expect this upcoming work and school week. But right now, let's talk about the news headlines. Very busy weekend. Of course, we continue to follow the very latest out of Barrow County days after the school shooting at Apalachee High School claimed the lives of two teachers and two students. Our crews have been out there day and night, just seeing memorials grow, learning about how community businesses are trying to raise money and show support however they can. And support is really pouring in from near and far. As everybody remembers 14-year-old students Christian Angelo and Mason Schermerhorn, along with the beloved math teachers who were killed, Richard Aspinwall and Christina Irami. We have learned that there is a celebration of life planned for 6 o'clock tonight at Flowery Branch High School Stadium to remember the math teacher and football coach, Ricky Aspinwall, known as Coach A, affectionately. And a candlelight vigil will take place at Apalachee High School Stadium at 8 o'clock tonight. As we learn more about gatherings and vigils and as funeral plans are set, we will be sure to pass that along to you right here. We are learning a little bit more about what is said to have happened the day of the shooting, the morning before it happened. The teen suspect's grandfather talked to CBS News and talked about a text message that the 14-year-old suspect, Colt Gray, sent to his mother, who you see here. She received a text from her son saying, "I'm sorry," according to that grandfather. The Washington Post is reporting that the mother called the school about 30 minutes before the shooting, warning about an extreme emergency involving her son. Colt Gray and his father, we've told you, are both in jail until their next hearings in December. They appeared before a judge on Friday for their first court appearances. Their lawyers did not ask for bond. The 14-year-old suspect is being charged as an adult, facing murder charges. He could face the possibility of life in prison. His father could face 180 years total for the charges he's facing. The first time ever in Georgia history that a parent of a alleged school shooter is facing charges related to the crime. Only the second time in nation's history here in the U.S. that this is happening. You'll remember the story in Michigan where two parents are serving prison time after their son was convicted of a deadly school shooting. We are following the story as well out of Greene County, where a beloved firefighter is being laid to rest. Family and friends will say their final goodbyes to Greene County Battalion Chief Chris Eddy, who died Wednesday when he was putting out a fire on the highway and a tractor trailer exploded. A visitation is planned for noon today, followed by a 3 o'clock funeral at the Morgan County High School gym. On Friday, there was a police escort you see here with fire vehicles as well as his body was transported from the Georgia Bureau of Investigation headquarters back home. A teenage girl is dead and a man is facing charges in Cobb County after an incident on Friday morning. A teenage girl died and police say the man who killed her stabbed himself during the incident. It happened at a house on Fringe Flower Drive near Austell. Police say 57-year-old Alejandro Aguilar shot a 16-year-old girl multiple times before trying to stab himself. The teen was taken to the hospital where sadly she did not survive. Aguilar had surgery and is recovering. He faces several charges, including murder. That 16-year-old girl has not been identified. An off-duty deputy is being credited with stopping a shooting incident. This happened at a Newton County apartment complex. State investigators say the suspect was shooting at somebody who lives in the Salem Glen Apartments. This was around 2:15 yesterday afternoon. A Rockdale County deputy happened to be in that area and says he saw the suspect chasing the person. Well, that off duty deputy ended up shooting and killing the suspect, who has been identified as 20-year-old Ivan Felton of Covington. So that is a check of some of your headlines on this Sunday morning. As always, check in with us here throughout the day at Atlanta News First Plus. Be sure to download our Atlanta News First app as we continue to update all of these top stories. Developments are really coming in by the minute and by the hour. So I'm Megan Packer. Thanks again so much for just staying with us here as we update you on everything. Let's get a check of the weather because it is the weekend. We know you're trying to get outside. It feels so nice. Look at what it looks like in downtown Atlanta right now. Were you up early? Were you outside? You might have needed a jacket this morning. First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is here now to talk about it. How long will these nice temperatures stick around? Because in Georgia fashion, it's probably not forever, right?
Right, absolutely. The next couple of mornings will be great. The afternoons will gradually get a little more toasty, but the humidity will stay low, which we know good and well makes all the difference here. But yeah, this morning, some people woke up in the 40s this morning. Yeah, that's jacket weather, I think, for anybody in Georgia. I don't think that's just for the Floridian folks like me. So it's beautiful out there. Lots of sunshine over our downtown skyline there. The humidity is low. It is breezy. It's comfortable. Just any synonym for the word nice, just insert here because that is today. But we do have some changes on the way for the upcoming week that I want to just let you know about off the top. We have 2 First Alert weather days, both Thursday and Friday. So as you're kind of thinking about the upcoming work and school week, just know that Thursday and Friday, your commute to and from work could be impacted. Maybe you're going to have to kind of rearrange how you go about picking up and dropping the kids off from school, or you'll want to send them to the bus stop at least with a raincoat. The timing, the coverage needs a little bit of work, and the extent of our threats beyond just rain, all of that needs just a little bit of tweaking, and we'll be able to give you a better handle on that forecast as we get closer to it. And I'll go into a little more detail on that in just a second. Today would be a great day to head up to the mountains and go to one of the apple orchards up there. Just gorgeous fall-like weather. You might as well do a fall activity, right? All the apples are ready for you to pick, and you might as well go now because if you go a little later in the season, you already know if you've been later in the season like I did last year, rookie move, all the apples from like the bottom of the tree are picked, and then it's a lot harder to get them from the top. So as you go through the afternoon, temperatures will only be near 70 degrees around 1 o'clock. Again, we'll have a nice breeze, a lot of sunshine, and the mountains today are only going to top out in the 70s. So really just super, super comfortable. That is a little bit of an anomaly though. Most of us will top out in the low 80s today. 82 for a high in Atlanta. If you're north of the city from Helen down to Canton to Gainesville, you're going to top out in the upper 70s today, the mid to upper 70s. So just a really nice day. Overnight tonight, we'll wake up very similar to this morning. A little warmer. We'll generally wake up in the low 60s. Some of us, though, will wake up to the 50s, low 50s in the mountains again. But I don't think we'll see near as many 40s as we did this morning, tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the comfort forecast. So as I mentioned, even though we're going to warm up the next couple of days, our humidity will stay low. So it's going to be really, really nice. Our average high temperature this time of year is 86, and we'll be close to that. Paired with the low humidity, it will feel like it's supposed to this time of year the next few days. And then it'll stay comfortable, but that humidity will start to rise Wednesday. That'll promote a little more cloud cover. We could have a few showers as we head into Wednesday as well, which will keep our temperatures more so in the low to mid 80s. Not all models are agreeing on that rain chance on Wednesday, so if we don't get rain on Wednesday, it'll be another pretty warm one with mid 80s, but with that rain at least expected for now, that'll keep us in the low 80s, but we'll be in the upper 80s Monday and Tuesday ahead of that. And then Thursday and Friday, you're going to notice temperatures dropping into the 70s. That is thanks to those First Alert weather days due to rain from this. This is Invest 91L, a tropical wave that the National Hurricane Center is keeping an eye on. Now the 90% chance of development, a pretty healthy looking disturbance there as it moves into the Bay of Campeche. 90% chance of development, expected to develop into a tropical depression potentially by maybe tomorrow or Tuesday. And it will develop closer to the coast of Texas. And is it expected to become a tropical storm? Not necessarily the number one choice that it will become a tropical storm, but we're going to keep an eye on it. If it does, it will be Francine. But right now we're thinking more so that it'll be a tropical depression. It'll start to interact with land, and then that won't allow it to kind of progress anymore. But nonetheless, it's going to bring us some rain. Let's take you through First Alert Futurecast. So here's a look at 4 o'clock Thursday morning. That low is moving inland along the coast of Louisiana. And I do want to note that if you look at spaghetti models with this, they're all pretty much hinting at a very similar trend and where this is supposed to go, kind of moving inland near Louisiana, which would also promote that lesser chance of this turning into anything beyond a tropical depression. So let's take you forward in time. Thursday afternoon into Friday, looks like we'll get quite a bit of rain. And with landfalling, any kind of low, I should say, really not just tropical lows, but more times than not with tropical like systems. On the right side of them, you could also get severe weather. Looking at the dynamics right now, it looks like the best shot for any kind of isolated severe storm would be south of here. But we're still going to keep an eye on it because if this holds together a little stronger, if it does move a little further to our west and move inland and make that kind of northerly turn a little faster, we could have the chance for maybe some isolated severe storms. And usually on the right side of these lows, we're talking the potential for maybe a brief spin up tornado. So I'm only saying that to kind of give you a heads up. It is not looking likely right now. It is something that we are going to follow. This low hasn't even really fully developed yet. So models are going to struggle and they'll go back and forth on exactly where it's going to go when it starts to develop even more. But right now, it looks like Thursday and Friday are the 2 days that will be the rainiest. But anything beyond rain, that still needs a lot of work. And again, we're going to fine tune that as we get closer. But just with the nature of this being a low and even more so a tropical low, when you're on the right side of it, you always kind of have to be on the lookout for that potential for severe weather. But it's just going to depend on when it moves inland and how far north it goes. Maybe it goes a little further south. So lots of question marks still. But Thursday and Friday are the days we want you to focus on this week as being the days with the highest coverage of rain and maybe the potential for some storms as well. Needless to say, enjoy the beautiful weather the next couple days. Low 80s today, gorgeous, breezy, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. We'll wake up comfortable in the 50s to 60s tomorrow morning and Tuesday morning. Highs will climb into the upper 80s both days. We'll start to introduce at least a small rain chance on Wednesday, and with the extra cloud cover, that'll hold temperatures in the 80s, the lower 80s. And then we're only in the 70s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to have a lot of cloud cover. We'll have that chance for kind of on and off showers throughout the day, rain that we do need, so that's a good thing. And then Saturday, we'll keep a chance for at least a few lingering showers. Again, models are struggling on how quickly it moves out, so we'll keep a small chance for rain on Saturday with temperatures closer to 80 degrees. All right, everyone. I hope you make it a wonderful, wonderful day. The weather is just going to be stunning, so please make time to get outside today because it's just going to be gorgeous. And, of course, stay right here on Atlanta News First, Atlanta News First Plus, for all of your updates to all the news headlines that we are constantly, as Megan said, getting updates to. And, of course, an update on your forecast also coming your way a little bit later today. So make it a good one, and we'll catch you here next time.